Hi, and welcome back to my player rating show for City 3, Bournemouth 1. Yes, we'll take that. Let them have a late consolation. I did predict 3-1, so although I didn't have any money on it, so I would have preferred 3-0 probably. 8 p.m. kickoff on the 20th of May 2025. Match day 37, our penultimate, and of course, KDB farewell. And welcome back, Rodri special, wasn't it, last night? Yes, I will. But I'll talk about a bit more about that in the story of the game. This is just the player ratings today with the company of Simon Bajkowski from the Manchester Evening News, and of course some stats from SofaScore. I did these about just after midnight last night, getting home. It's normal. I felt as knackered as I am when I go down to London and come back and stuff. I was absolutely shattered, and I didn't even work yesterday morning, so got to help me tomorrow morning when I'm up at 2:30 for work, but there you go. Right, we'll have a look at the scores. We'll start off with an interesting one because Simon obviously saw something a little bit different to me. Ederson, Simon says some strange shanks from a left foot that is normally on point, leaving Pep less than impressed. I saw one bad pass. I don't remember too many left-footed shanks, and perhaps he was saying to Pep, you shouldn't have dropped me for the FA Cup final, mate. I don't know, perhaps he had a bit of a dig, but all credit to the guys last night, all the players, because they had a bit of an end-of-season feel to it. I mean, for a big, important game like this, well done to them for sort of lifting themselves up, and Ederson included, who'd said I think would have been disappointed to be dropped from the FA Cup final, but I thought he was all right. I don't think he was a 5 out of 10, which is what Simon's giving him. I thought he made a good couple of collections, etc. I won't say he was brilliant, but I thought he did okay. Let's look at some of his stats. One save, he had one successful run out. Made 2 high claims, yeah, I remember that. One save from inside the box. 1 errors leading to the shot. I assume that's the one Simon said he shanked. Accurate passes, all right, 27 out of 37, that's probably a little bit low. I mean, Simon's probably got a little bit of a point. Didn't tend to notice it last night. 73% pass accuracy. Just 7 long balls accurate out of 16. Yeah, I can see where Simon's coming from, and 1 clearance. But I'm not going to go as low as 5. I'm just going to give Ederson a 6 because I can. Simple as that. Right, on to Nunes. Simon said did really well to get City out of some dangerous situations in the first half with the game in the balance, but then gave away the goal. Yeah, I was so sorry to see that error. I was hoping it was someone else had played it. I didn't quite see who it was at the game, but I just watched back the highlights. He just lost concentration, which he does every now and then. A real shame because he'd had a good game, but Simon still gave him a 7. Yeah, let's have a look at some of his stats. He made 1 assist. Well, that's good. 2 clearances, 1 block shot, 1 interception, 1 tackle. He was dribbled past once. Errors leading to a goal was 1. So that's probably cancelled out his assist. He won 1 ground duel out of 4. Lost possession 9 times. Committed 2 fouls. His pass accuracy was 90%, 43 out of 48. 1 key pass, 2 crosses, neither reached who they meant to. 2 long balls, 1 was accurate, and 1 shot off target. Yeah. Is that a 7 out of 10 for Nunes? Yeah, I think that loss of concentration at the end, it didn't matter. We were 3-0 up, weren't we? But yeah, I'm going to give him a 6. I'm going to give Nunes a 6. I just can't squeeze it to a 7. Now, it was okay. Simple as that. Okay, and that's a 6 in my book. Right, on to Diaz. Simon said a few moments where he was too casual and it nearly cost City, balanced out by some better play. I think the casual's just the occasion. I think no matter how important it was to get the win, I just thought all the guys did very well to come through that. Simon's given him a 7. Again, I think that's a little bit high. I thought it was steady. A couple of odd lapses, I thought, but not under too much pressure, was he? He made 3 clearances. He blocked 1 shot. He made 1 tackle, dribbled past once. He made 1 error leading to a shot. He won 1 ground duel out of 2. Lost possession 4 times. Okay. Pass accuracy 95%, 63 out of 66. 4 long balls accurate out of 7. So yeah, I don't think he's worth a 7. I'm going to have to go for a 6 again. I just thought Diaz was okay. I mean, Simon's obviously seen a few things differently, positively and negatively at the moment in this lot, but I'll stick with what I thought. As ever, guys, let me know what you think as well. Akanji struggled to push forward, said Simon, and helped City put pressure on, although defensively improved as the game went on. Well, we know we can't push forward and put pressure on. That's not his style of play anyway. He's a defender. It's as simple as that for me. Pep Hassin, I don't think, people like Aki, you think perhaps get a little bit more going forward out of, because he's a very good defender. Akanji, I think he's a defender, that's it. I don't expect too much from him moving forward, and I don't think Pep should or City should. I forgot he was playing at times. I didn't see him that much. Simon's given him a 6. I think I'm going with that as well. Let's have a look at his stats. Clearances 2, 1 total tackle. He won 1 ground duel out of 1. He didn't win his 1 aerial duel. He lost possession 6 times. 91% pass accuracy, 60 out of 66. So that's better than the average last night. Long balls, 2 out of 4 were accurate. Yeah, I'm going to give him a 6. I just, again, pretty nondescript from Akanji. Did what he had to do, and I don't expect him to be up front putting in crosses for someone for Erling to head in the goal. So, sadly not. I wish he could, but he doesn't. Gvardiol, Simon said some nice surges down the left wing, and he worked well with Marmoush and Erling Haaland. I thought, yeah, again, his poor pass, of course, led to poor Kovacic getting dismissed. I thought it was a little bit unlucky, Kovacic there. We'll talk about him in a minute. Just a little bit, smidging, not much. Yeah, I thought it was all right. Again, I'm very hard to give. I mean, Simon's given him a 7 again. Is it the end of season joy from Simon, or is it just me missing things in the atmosphere of the night and the Kevin and the Rodri and all this sort of thing? Really, obviously it's a wonderful night on the pitch. As simple as, apart from, we'll talk about Kev's miss in a minute, but there you go. Yeah, let's look at his stats. Clearances 4, that's good. Interceptions 2 total tackles. He won 4 out of 5 ground duels, won 2 out of 4 aerial duels. He lost possession 12 times though. 1 foul. Was fouled twice. His passing accuracy wasn't great, 79%, 26 out of 33. 2 long balls, neither were accurate. And I'm sounding like a stuck record here. I give him 6, and I just didn't see enough to give him a 6.5. Again, he just had an okay game for me. So I'll stick with that. As I say, Simon's giving lots higher scores than I am. And one where I'm giving a lot higher score than Simon is, yes, Kovacic. Simon said played really well right up until the moment where he stupidly pulled Ederson back as the last man and was sent off. Yeah, but doesn't the last man have to be sort of within reasonably close to the goal? I mean, there was defenders, sort of chances of getting back as well. I just thought the referee won a URF competition. I think he won a competition to ref this last night just before kick-off outside in the east, in the west stand. But yeah, because I've never heard of him. But yeah, Simon's given him a 4. I just thought he was a little bit unlucky. I thought he could have got away with a booking there. I just think the ref, and it's not like me. Usually if a player gets sent off, I'm vitriolic and saying what a pillock you are and all this. But I wasn't with that. I just didn't feel it. He got sold short, of course. And yes, he was daft perhaps to do it and make it look as though it's an accident. Which is quite, I didn't do it, but that was funny. But 4? I don't think Kovacic is worth a 4. I'm going to probably upset a few. I'll give him the same I've given most of the others at the moment. I'd give him a 6 if he hadn't pulled that shot. I thought he was having a good game. I'd probably give him a 6.5, 7. So I'll give him a 6. As I said, I just thought he was slightly unlucky with that. He wasn't overly aware of who was behind him covering and stuff. So it was a big chance to take, but I'm not going to. 4 from Simon. Yeah, after all them, what is it? You give all the others good points so you could knock some off Kovacic. I'm not too sure. Anyway, let's have a look at his stats. I think I'm sticking with a 6. 1 assist, 96% pass accuracy. That's what we want to see. All right, not key passes, but he did make 2 key passes. So there you go. 3 long balls were accurate out of 3. 1 shot off target. A successful dribble attempt. He won 4 out of 5 ground duels. Lost possession only 3 times. 1 foul, was fouled once. Made 1 clearance, 1 interception. Total tackles 2. I mean, that in any other day is a 7.5, 8 for me, but I have to allow for the fact that he got sent off. So yeah, I don't think anything's wrong with the 6. Say not Simon. 4. Behave yourself. But there you go. Anyway, on to Gundo. Another one we slightly disagree on. One of his brightest games in a while, said Simon, full of running and intelligence, made the second goal, so I'd give him an 8. I thought he was caught out a few times, actually. If something was sort of misjudged or someone didn't quite get to the ball, it looked to me as though it was Gundo involved, but But most would seem appreciative of his role last night, so perhaps I sort of watched him. Let's have a look at his stats. 1 assist, 95% pass accuracy. That's good, 86 out of 91, so he was busy. 1 key pass, 4 long balls accurate out of 4. Big chances created, 1 shot on target. He had 2 dribble attempts, of which neither were successful. Just won 2 ground duels out of 6. Lost possession 10 times, was fouled twice, offside once, made 1 clearance, has been dribbled past once. So, yeah, I think I probably missed bits and pieces. I've probably been a bit unkind with him. But 8, I'm not going to push to an 8. Because I've given a lot of 6s out today, I'm going to give Gundo a 6.5. I still think he's a bit past it, but 6.5 for me for Gundo, because we've got him next season as well, haven't we? So we'll have to be kind to him, won't we? Have to keep his pecker up, as they used to say in the old days. Bernardo, Simon said, showed the limitations going forward that have been clear all season. Not limitations, just he's not used to doing it anymore, is he? That's not his role now. He's not out on the right wing for flipping whoever he was, it Monaco, whoever he played for, and then came to us. He's Porto, whatever it was. He's not that anymore. He does a job for Pep, and he did that job really well last night. And he did. Simon did say, but kept working and got a goal and give him a 7. Yeah, I'm so happy he got the goal. He deserved a goal. Bit more like, as I say, he's been a bit Bernardo 4 for me, clone number 4. I think this is a bit more like Bernardo 2. So if number 1 was his best, this was his second version of it. So yeah, Simon's giving him a 7. Let's just have a look at his stats. 1 goal, 89% on his passes, a little bit lower than it should have been, 50 out of 56, but again, he's a bit higher up the pitch. 1 key pass, he made 1 accurate long ball out of 3, 1 shot on target. He won 4 ground duels out of 4, lost possession 7 times, which is okay, was fouled 3 times, made 2 clearances, 1 interception, and 1 total tackle. Yeah, so I'm happy he got the goal. I think he worked really. You know what? I've put him as a 7 here, like Simon, but I don't want to agree with bloody Simon, so I'm going to give him a 7.5. I thought Bernardo did really well last night, and he got the goal, so there you go, 7.5 for Bernardo. KDB, Simon said, Mr. Sitter, he did, and nobody cared. We did. I cared. I wanted him to score. Of course we cared. Gutted. An important win to send off one of the most important players. So Simon's given him a 7. I wouldn't say that was particularly for his performance, although, yeah, because I've given him a 6.5, but overall I've given him a 10. Simple as that. Okay, under the circumstances, I'm probably being cruel, just giving him a 6.5, but I'm thinking about my season's player ratings. I want to be realistic, not just sentiment. So I'll give him a 6.5. Obviously under any, so if that goal had gone in, yes, he probably would have got a 10, but I mean, it was only a tap in and he fluffed it, but hey, we've seen that before, haven't we? As I said, it's just the pressure of the situation, the style of the night, all the emotion. It probably haunts him for a little bit, hopefully not for too long, but there you go. Accuracy of passes 86%, 32 out of 37, but he's up there in the crunchy areas, isn't he? 2 key passes, 5 crosses, a couple were accurate. That's not bad for Kevin. 2 shots off target, 1 shot blocked. He hit the woodwork once. Yep. Big chances, missed 1. He didn't win any of his 3 ground duels. He lost possession 11 times, which is okay for Kev, actually. It's been up into 20s recently. And one foul. So I'll stick with 6.5, just thinking about my overall player ratings. Simon give him a 7, but thank you, Kevin. But hopefully we'll talk about you in a few days' time and again over the close season, of course. Marmoush, Simon said, an incredible goal to take the net off the goal. What a thunder blaster. It was a Rodri's rocket, but a Marmoush rocket, wasn't it? Took the net off the goal and the roof off the stadium. Slightly erratic otherwise, but I'd have to agree, yeah. But I mean, if he hadn't scored that goal, I would have been arguing what the hell are you doing, mate. But what a goal. Better game than recently, which says a lot, I suppose. He's 93% pass accuracy, 28 out of 30. Made 1 key pass, 1 accurate long ball. Created 1 big chance, 1 shot on target, 1 shot off target, 1 shot blocked. Dribble attempts 1, he's miserably failed that one. Won 2 out of 6 ground duels. Didn't win his 1 aerial duel. He lost possession 14 times, a little bit high. 1 foul, was fouled twice, was offside once. So yeah, I'll stick. I think I've given him. Simon's given him an 8. I'll give him a 7.5. As I say, it's probably around the 6.5. So I probably could have pushed him to an 8 really, but he's probably about overall with a 6.5 without the goal. So yeah, I'm going to give him a 7.5. What a fantastic, brilliant goal, stunning. That's what we needed more of. That's the sort of thing we needed, and it really annoys me. We're going to talk about Gonzalez and Marmoush that they never got anywhere. Gonzalez never got anywhere near the pitch. He's got the ability, and Marmoush wasn't having a pop at Wembley at weekend. So I think questions have to be asked about the confidence of these guys and when he can do that, as we can see like last night, and what's Pep telling him to do, try and walk it in the net? I don't know. Anyway, on to the big lummox himself, Haaland. Another game without a goal, said Simon. Although his movement was much better, he was a threat to Bournemouth all game. Simon's given him a 7. I'm going to differ from Simon. I didn't think he did that much last night. There was one in the second half, and I've not seen it. I've not read the report from The Guardian yet. I've not done my story of the game, but he literally was that busy complaining about something that he turned the back to the ball actually came to him, but he had his back turned to it in the 6-yard box. And I mean, I'll have to watch it back, but at the time, you're thinking, just think about where the ball is and score a goal, mate. He would have had the perfect opportunity to score, but he's too busy turning his back for some. He might have been fouled. I don't know what it was, but he was literally facing the other way. It was up our end. He was facing towards the family stand, looking at it, and obviously, so whether the defender had done something and turned him round or whatever, but he could just see it was in the right spot for it, and obviously it was right. He felt like shaking it, shouting, "It's behind you," and. But he didn't turn around. Obviously, he was too busy being angry. So I don't know the reason for it, but 7 out of 10 for Haaland. As I say, he might have done a lot of work that I didn't notice. Let's have a look at some of his stats. 1 shot on target. He did 2 successful dribble attempts out of 4. Accurate passes, just 14 out of 18, 78%. He won 4 out of 7 ground duels, 2 out of 3 aerial duels. He lost possession 9 times, was fouled once, made 1 total tackle. Did he have an okay game? I've stuck him down at 5.5 here, and I'm just thinking about that chance where he just got distracted. Again, he wasn't quite on it for me. There's something still not quite right with early, and I'm probably still not forgiving for Wembley either a little bit. So I'm going to stick with me 5.5. I'm not going to push him to a 6. When I think all the other guys early on, I give an okay rating to. I'll give Haaland a 5.5. I wasn't overly impressed last night with that. The subs, of course, Gonzalez for KDB, clattered by Cook, but picked himself up to score. Great goal as well. Lovely sort of Gundo type goal where he placed it in the corner. Fantastic from Gonzalez. And why wasn't he there the last 2 or 3 games? Only Pep can answer that, obviously. A lovely goal. I won't rate him because he wasn't on half an hour, but I think he deserved this after being missing recently. Simon gave him a 7. He made 15 out of 16 passes accurately, 94%, 1 shot on target. He had 1 ground duel, 1 out of 2. He lost possession just the once, fouls once, was fouled once himself, 1 clearance and 1 interception, all good. Rodri for Haaland, great to see Rodri back, of course it is. And Simon gave him a 6, I won't rate him, but just for me, wonderful, great to see him back on the pitch, and let's take it steady, slowly, as they say. And of course, we can always bang out a good old Bob song, can't we? So old Bob got on for a 3 or 4 minutes as well, but obviously no time to mark for Oscar Bob. So there you go, guys. Check out my story of the game for the man of the matches, mine and the medias, etc., etc. That'll be story of the game will be out, where are we today? Wednesday. So the story of the game will be out Thursday. And of course, the Pepsi 11 for the visit to Fulham. I'm not there. I've not got a ticket. I even if I got one now, I'd be struggling to get down there anyway. It's a long way to drive on my own, but if you're going down, stay safe, bring back at least a point, which it looks like we'll need at least a point, but another 3 teams have all got to win, so we'd be very unlucky now not to get through into the Champions League, but we put ourselves back in the box seat at least anyway after that debacle against Southampton. Thanks for watching, guys. Let us know your thoughts, let us know your player ratings, any of your man of the matches, etc. Although you can do that on the story of the game as well. I'll be back very, very soon. If you like what I try and do on the channel and want to support me in our ways, it's simply to subscribe if you're not already. But we do have memberships and stuff. I don't do any live shows at the moment, so I've no way of sort of getting all these things for people, super chats and all this rubbish. So if you want to help support me, there are ways, and all you have to do to find out how is to keep watching and listening. I hope you enjoyed the feature, and yeah, if you can support me through the subscription, if you can subscribe, guys, that'd be wonderful if you've not already done so. We do actually have memberships at the moment, just 99p a month, so you get access to all my City stuff, including all the history vlogs, dozens and dozens not been published yet that you get immediate access to, and every time I do a edit and do a vlog, you get immediate access to it as well. So you can have a copy of scripts as well if you want any hard copy of the sort of things I do on matches and teams and managers and players, etc, etc. So if you can join the membership, that'd be wonderful. We do fine. And yeah, if you want to support the channel just by watching the ads, that helps. Watch the ads, let them play through while you just have to check your phone or something, let it play out. And of course, if you follow any of the links, that always works as well. You follow a link to one of the ads and you fancy something. I've done it myself. I've followed a link and actually purchased something from another organisation. But it can happen. It can happen. Not all ads are stuff you're not interested in. And of course, if you can give us a like, guys, that's be absolutely fantastic. All likes are much appreciated. Anyway, thanks for watching. Until the next time, of course, I only ever ask one thing, don't I? Please, I ask you all to stay safe, especially you Blues. Until the next time, come on, City. Bye for now.